Hello, my name is Brendan Angela here at the all-new Bannister Kia Chilliwack. I'm with the Aldia family here, and we are picking up the brand new 2023 Kia Seltos. And this is a walk around of all the features because this is the SX top of the line package that has every feature that you don't need and will love, but we'll probably forget some of down the road. So the first function is how to remote start your car for when it's either hot or cold outside. Now, what you're going to do to activate the remote starter is press the lock button for your vehicle, and then hold this button down, and the vehicle will start itself up. I'm just going to turn it up. Now, if it is hot outside, it will cool the vehicle down, and if it's very hot outside, it'll cool the vehicle down if it's hot outside, and if it's cold outside, it'll heat it up. Cool. Now the vehicle does have remote key entry, so let's say the vehicle's locked and the key's in your pocket. All you need to do is press this button right here, and you're able to unlock the door to your new Seltos. Follow me to the back. Now to open your trunk, I know it seems simple, but sometimes people forget. To unlock the hatch on your trunk, there's a little button here right underneath the Kia logo, and you can open it up. The privacy tray is right there that can be connected to those two hinges so that it moves and opens up with the hatch. And the all-season mats for the vehicle are in the rear. If you lift up your cargo tray underneath here, that's where you'll find your spare tire. When the cargo tray is not on this platform here, it is height adjustable and you can move it down a little bit to get some more cargo storage. And to close the hatch, just like that. So I'll go over to the interior of the car. So there is a lot of stuff. So I'm going to go over some of these buttons here first on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a seat inside the vehicle. Since we're indoors, I'm going to put it into accessory mode. So as long as the key fob is inside the vehicle, without putting your foot on the brakes, you can press the start button and put the vehicle into accessory mode. So this essentially turns on your infotainment system and everything is active in the vehicle except the engine isn't running. So right over here, we'll go over these buttons first. So this is for the heads-up display. This is what will display your speed or any safety warnings on the windshield. When I press this button, it'll just hide itself back into the dashboard. And when I press it, it'll bring itself right back up. Now, this button right here, now the vehicle does have a feature where the engine will periodically stop when you come to a complete stop, usually when you're in stop and go traffic to save on fuel. If you do not want that feature on, you would just press that button right there. You can see right there in the middle of the dash that there is an icon right there for your lane keep assist. When you press that button, that will turn it off. And you will see that when I press it there, the system is engaged. It will turn green when you're driving and when the system is engaged to let you know that that function is enabled. Over here, let's take a look at your steering wheel. There's a bunch of buttons, but we'll start off on the left side here. Now, these two buttons you can use to pick up and decline calls. That one right there will be pick up, that one will be decline. This is for your voice controls. So if you want to put the radio on a certain station, you could press that button and say, hey, radio 94.5 FM, for example. And this right here would be your volume controls. And then this right here will control radio stations or anything else like that when you are connected or when you are driving the vehicle. This page button right here will just take you through the different pages on the vehicle where it will show you the fuel mileage and other information about trips that you've done. And also transmission temperature, what drive mode you're in, which will switch as you turn the dial, etc. A compass, and then also this vehicle will show you which systems are active for your safety features, and if any of them ever get alerted, it will show you in the middle there. Now, go over what is all of this stuff. So we'll start with this button right here and then work our way up through all this. So what auto hold is, you'll see, I have to close the door here. You'll notice that an icon comes up on the middle right there that says auto hold, and I'll just flash it a couple of times so you can see what I mean. Now, when you're driving and you come to a complete stop, that will light up green. And what that does, or what that means, is that you can take your foot off of the brake and the vehicle will not move forward until you press the gas. So it'll light up green, you can take your foot off the brake. It's good for when you're in drive-throughs or stop and go traffic. And if you are in stop and go traffic or a drive-through and you get distracted by your phone, it will let you know when the vehicle ahead of you has started to drive away. This right here is for your parking brake. You will pull it up to engage it or push it down to release it, because it is an electric parking brake in this model. This vehicle does come equipped with a heated steering wheel, and you would press that. It is leather wrapped. Right here for your heated and cooled seats for the passenger and driver seat, the way you would work those is down turns on the cooled seats and up turns on the heated seats, each of which have 3 levels that you can choose based on how you feel that day. Now this button right here will lock the all-wheel drive system, and I'll steal your phone from you here and just show you that you'll see that right up there it shows that all-wheel drive is locked. I'm going to give the phone back to you. The reason why you can lock it in all-wheel drive is it will switch automatically between front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive based on the weather conditions by itself. If you want to keep it locked in all-wheel drive because the weather conditions aren't good, or there's just a lot of snow or whatever the case might be, you can just lock it into all-wheel drive and it'll split the power 50-50 to the front and back the whole time. This right here is your drive mode selector. So you'll use this dial right here to switch drive modes, and it'll show you on the middle screen right there what drive mode you're in as they switch. Now down here you have 2 USB ports. When you use the middle USB port, whatever device you connect to it, it'll automatically engage or ask to use the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if you have an iPhone device connecting. However, the USB port on the right will strictly just be, my phone is ringing, charger. So if you plug any device into that USB, it'll just power it. It won't ask to connect to Android Auto or mess with the infotainment system. Right above that is a wireless charger where you can put your phone, and just underneath here you can throw like your keys or any other stuff that you have, loose change or anything like that. Right over here we'll go over the climate control system. So this is how it all works. It's different on all cars, but it's very simple on the Seltos. Right here, this dial here will control the temperature of which the air is that's coming out. That will turn the system off completely, but we don't want it off, so I'm just going to turn it back on. This will be for the front defroster. This one is for the rear defroster. And this one right here will just change where the air is coming from. Here you can change whether you want it to ventilate air from outside the vehicle or recirculate the air inside the vehicle. And right there, that controls the vent speed. Now we're going to go over this fun part, because this is where everything is. This is the heart of the vehicle. So I'll start off with these buttons right here. Now the star button is really neat. Now you just hold this button. The star button is customizable. Now I always, in my personal opinion, I like having the star button set to just go back to the home page, because if you ever get lost in all of your screens, or you're going through here and you go through general and you don't know where you're going anymore, home button just takes you back to the beginning. So let's start off with the map. This is very straightforward, but this will just show you where you are and everything that is around you. Now, the Seltos SX does come with a built-in navigation system where you can search up different locations. Now, the nice thing about this is the touchscreen is very responsive. For example, we're at 8319 Young Road. Just going to search that up, and right there, and that's the Kia destination, but I'm just going to cancel this because we don't need to go anywhere right now. So under the navigation screen, you can also set some favorites that are really quickly. So once you get back home, you can put in your home address, and then you can set that as a favorite. So then when you use your voice commands, you can tell the car, hey, go home, and then it'll automatically put in the directions to your house. Seek and track will just change radio stations when you're driving. Radio will, as you'd imagine, take you to the radio screen. Media, oops. Now media will show you all the different outlets of where you can have music playing from. So if you have your vehicle connected with a cable, you can switch between Android Auto. This car does have Sirius XM as well. When your phone is connected by Bluetooth, which we will do after, you can switch between Bluetooth, and also if you have a vehicle connected to the USB. or you can listen to sounds of nature where we can enjoy the lively forest. But we will leave lively forest for another time. Phone screen, you'll never use that. That just shows your contacts, your call history, and everything like that. Phone projection, this will be once you have it connected with the Android Auto you can use, and we'll go over that on Monday. The valet mode is if you ever valet park your car. I've never valet parked once in my life, so you may never use this feature, but it just limits it so that the valet driver can't drive more than 400 meters and can't go over a speed of 15 kilometers per hour, so they don't race your Seltos SX Turbo. Voice memo, we'll leave that for Monday. Climate, this is pretty much just this, but in a more complicated screen. This you might not use too much, but for example, rear warmer, you can turn on like the heated seats for the rear warmers. It's just a more in-depth setup on your climate control system. We can go into this a little bit more in depth on Monday, but you won't probably use this. It's just more confusing. And media, that's just like the physical button. Radios, just like the physical button. Oh, the cool thing here, HD radio data. I'll show you this. So you can see kind of where traffic is. You can get live traffic reports.
Ooh.
Doppler radar, I'll have to check what that is because I actually don't know what Doppler radar or
Doppler
radio
is about like an ambulance. That sound is a Doppler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You just taught me something today. But fuel prices. So if you ever notice that your car's low on gas and you need to get fuel, you just hit fuel prices here and it'll show you all the nearest gas stations.
Amazing.
And which one has the lowest prices. In both of our cultures, we like cheapest gas. Okay, we like saving money where we can. This will show you exactly where it is. So for this one, you're just gonna put in regular gas in this car and you know, hey, looking around everywhere near me is $1.89. Oh, hey, it's $1.90 somewhere else. Looks like gas right now, if I wanted to drive further, I can get it $1.86. But then I have to drive 2 kilometers. So, hey, maybe it just makes sense to just get what's close to me. If you're a brand loyalist, if you only go to one gas station and your family will only support one type of gas station, you can have it filtered by which gas station you want to go to, and it'll show you which ones are closest.
How does it connect? Does it goes with a Wi-Fi or it's
No, it's
built?
just magic.
This magic.
I don't know how it works, but it's just, there's little fairies in here that connect to the universe.
I
and
have that.
they tell you the fuel prices.
That's good.
Kia Connect, again, we'll do that on Monday. User's manual is if you ever lose the user's manual, you just scan that QR code right there, and then it'll take you to an online version of the owner's manual. Now, if you thought that was a lot, now we open up this screen that has way more options. Isn't this fun? Right?
Wow.
You're gonna go home and watch this video because there's gonna be so many features in here. You probably already forgot all of this stuff. So I'll just go to vehicle first. Oops. So for driver assistance, this is where you would manually turn off any of the safety features that you don't want enabled. Right now, as it is from the factory, I have every safety feature enabled. I have the emergency braking, the attention warning. Attention warning means if you keep bouncing between the lanes, it'll ask you if you need to go to sleep or if you're tired or if you're drunk. Because it keeps bouncing between the lanes. So that's what will trigger it. Lane safety, that's just your lane keep assist. For parking safety, when you put this car in reverse, if there is a vehicle that's coming across from behind you, it will beep and then also highlight the screen just to let you know there is something there, because your backup camera has a much wider field of vision than you have. Blind spot safety, that's just the blind spot detectors on the mirrors. I have those enabled. Now for the heads up display, this is something that you might customize at home. Now, display control. So when when you see the speed on the windshield there, I'll take your phone and I'll see if I can get the heads up display in there. You can kind of see it, and it's hard with the video, but if I press this button right here, you can change how high you can see the speed. So you can change the height of where the heads up display is. So I'm gonna leave it right there and I'll let you customize it more once you get home. And then also you can change the brightness of it as well. I usually like to keep the roundness around 15. I don't like it to be too visible while I'm driving. Just something that if I look in that area, I can see my speed. And for content selection, it'll show you any traffic signs when you're driving. So if it notices there's a speed limit, it'll show you the speed limit on there. It actually even, the speed limit will turn red if you go over what the speed limit is. It won't beep at you and it won't yell at you if you're going over the speed limit, but it does turn red to let you know that you are doing that. So I'll leave it how it is because usually you don't want radio and media info on the heads up display because it's everywhere else on the screen. So I'll leave it how it comes from the factory. For cluster, I'm going to turn it on so that it has a welcome sound when you come in the vehicle. Climate, I'm going to leave that. For lights, I'm going to leave that how it is. This is just for your high beam assist and everything else like that. Door, I'll leave it how it is right now for the click. I'll show you what this means. What two press unlock means is when you're using the keyless entry. Right now, when you use the keyless entry, if you press the button once, it'll unlock all the doors. If you click two press unlock, when you just press it once, it'll unlock just the driver door. But if you press it twice, then it'll unlock all the doors. So you can change that if you want. I'll just leave it how it is. And then for convenience, yes. So what I'm gonna do is auto rear wiper and R. What that means is if you're driving and it's outside and you're raining and you have your wipers on, if you have the front wipers on, as soon as you put the vehicle into reverse, as long as the front wipers are on, it'll automatically engage the rear wiper because it assumes that, hey, it's raining outside and you're probably parking the car and you need to see what's behind you. So it'll automatically turn the rear wiper on. Vehicle auto shut off is set to 30 minutes. So if, let's say you start your car in your driveway and then you run inside to grab something, then you get distracted and you forget that your car was running outside, the vehicle will automatically turn off after 30 minutes. And yeah, everything else in here is just like system information, just like the VIN number, information on the car. This is where you would change the time for the vehicle. If there's any time changes, you can just come down in here and set that. Keyboard, everything like that, I'm just going to leave it how it is from the factory. And units we're not going to touch because we'll leave it in kilometers. And that is your brand new Seltos. Yeah. That is all the safety features. That's everything. Oh, wait, actually, there's a sunroof and we didn't go over the sunroof controls. I almost spoke too soon. To tilt the sunroof, you'll just press this button right here, tap it up, and then to open it, you would close it and pull it back.
Wow, cool.
Now these buttons right here will activate when we get the Kia Connect set up. SOS will call emergency services. This one right here will be for a tow truck if you need it, and that'll be for roadside assistance. Now that's everything on your brand new Kia Seltos, and you're ready to drive it home.
Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, if you love this car, you can contact Brendan at Kia Chilliwack.
Thank you.
Yes.
Brendan at Chilliwack Kia, 604-500-6496.
All right.
And here we go. After we drive through these doors, you get to go home in your brand new vehicle. Are you ready?
Wow. Okay. Kia Chilliwack is the best. Wow, look at this awesome people. This is the manager actually. Maybe geographer.
Oh no, the bow's about to fall off. Leaf. Thank you,
full
Leaf.
support. All right. Thank you.